Hello, book lovers. I'm Peg, and I'm still the book prize addict. Just because I changed the name on my channel name doesn't mean I don't still love book prizes, and there are some good ones coming up. In fact, I think I might have changed my name to reading and knitting on the porch a little prematurely, because today it is rainy and cold in Pennsylvania, and I'm back to my old reading room spot. But hopefully I'll be back outside here sooner or later. I am wearing a sweater I knitted. I had almost put it away for the summer, and a good thing I didn't, because it feels really good today. Okay, as I said, I've changed a little bit, that I'm going to do one video a week where I just talk about what I'm reading, not book prizes. That was kind of what was bothering me, that I never got a chance to talk about what I was reading. But I'm going to still follow book prizes, but I'm going to select ones that introduce me to new books. The ones in England and America, though I enjoy them, and I certainly enjoy reading the prizes, it seems like the same books are getting awards over and over, and I think I'll just sit back, and we've got such good reviewers on those now. I'll just sit back and watch them, and I'll talk about smaller ones, or ones that introduce me to things. You know, I am a retired scientist, and who happens to love to read literary fiction and some genre fiction, and I'm not able to give in-depth reviews like the ones I hear and enjoy so much here on BookTube. But what I think I'm good at, and I enjoy doing, is finding different books and doing research on them from different countries. I mean, as long as they're in English, and looking at different ones that I haven't heard of and talking about them. So that's kind of be where I go towards as book prizes go. But actually, I'm going to be talking about this in the next few videos, about Australian book prizes. Now, the big Australian book prize, the Miles Franklin Award, is the long list is going to be announced next week, May the 23rd. And now that we have Leah, the Australian booktuber, to comment, I'm hoping she'll give some of her picks on it. And I'm really looking forward to this, because I've started following, and I really have always liked Australian literature, novels, and they seem easier to get and more available, and especially fun having Leah and other Australian booktubers to talk about them. So anyway, I'm going to go into just a couple small Australian book prizes for novels that have been awarded. Well, one of them has already been awarded just recently, and kind of start guessing on what might be, a little bit that I know about Australian fiction, what might be on the Miles Franklin long list. So before I do that, I wanted to show you, while I was looking through my library the other day, I came upon this Black Rock White City by A.S. Patrick, and it said right on it, winner of the Miles Franklin Literary Award. This actually was awarded 2 years ago, but I think maybe it gives an idea of what they're looking for, and to me it's really different, stands out as Australian fiction. It calls it a disturbing, eerie inquiry into the power of language, the price of exile, and the cost of survival. So this will be fun to read one of the former winners while I'm waiting. Okay, let's see here. Leah and I did a joint discussion on the Stella Prize a couple of months ago, which is the Australian Prize for Best Women's Writing, and she and I both thought that Terra Nullius should win a sort of a little bit of a time travel, different spectral type fiction about Aboriginal life in Australia, and we both thought it should win. And we didn't like the winner as much. She thought it might be a little bit of a political winner. Well, that I won't go into any more of that. But okay, the one I want to just go over quickly today is called the North. Oh, this all of a sudden my mouth is tongue-tied. The South Wales Library Prize, and they have. I'm going to give you a link, so be sure to look at that. They have many prizes for many categories, but I'm looking at the Christina Stead Prize for fiction, and it actually was awarded a couple weeks ago, but let me just go over some of the ones that were on that list, and maybe they'll be on the upcoming Miles Franklin list, who knows. This one I happen to have. It's called The Restorer. Oh, my new little ring light makes kind of a glare. Oof. The Restorer by Michael Solis. And this was a very eerie book. It dealt with a family who moved into a kind of a derelict house on the coast. There'd actually been a fire there, and there was a hole in the one room that looked down into the basement. It's very eerie, and the whole book was very dark and very different, actually. There are actually 3 in this Christina Stead shortlist. There were 3 books of short stories, and I do have, this one was not available on Kindle, the other ones were, so I went ahead and got this one, Seabirds Crying in the Harbor Dark. And it talks about, here in the back it says it's about seeking refuge, about how we define home and what makes us feel safe. And then somebody else writes that it's without the guilt that has so been debilitating to our political and intellectual culture. So I'm not sure what that's referring to, but that's kind of interesting. The other 2 short story collections that were on this list, and all of a sudden I'm getting all kinds of glare. I don't know whether I should turn my light off or anyway. Let's get to these. Okay, the 2 short story collections. The first one is called Pulse Points by Jennifer Down. You can't really see, well. And it says down in the bottom that Jennifer Down was the Sydney Morning Herald Young Novelist of the Year from 2017. And the other short story collection is called Common People by Tony Birch. Now, these are both available quite cheaply on Kindle here in the U.S., and I did get this and have started to read some of them. Not enough yet that I could really comment on them. I don't know how much chance a short story collection has for winning a big prize. I don't know. Okay, here's one. I wish I could get a better picture of it. It's called Taboo, and it's by Kim Scott. It has to do, again, with some Aboriginal things, and this cover is just fantastic. The letters spelling out taboo are all artifact type things. This here is a skull, which you can't really see. There's sticks, and then the bee is made out of feathers, and then there's stones making this. It's very, to me, it seems very effective cover and interesting. And the winner of this, Kim Scott, says on the front she has been twice winner of the Miles Franklin Literary Award. So that's interesting. It may, I would think, have a chance to be on the long list. Okay. Also, this book, Taboo, it did not win this category, but it won the overall prize in this South Wales Library Awards thing. You can read more about it, as I said. I'm leaving a link to it below. Okay, and the book that won this prize, the Christina Stead Prize, is called The Book of Dirt. And it sounds very interesting, and wouldn't you know, it's the one that is not available anywhere. I even tried to order it from Amazon Australia, and as soon as I pressed, put it in the cart, they said, this is not available in your country, and it's not, even Book Depository is not going to have it till September. So sounds like it's a good one, and it won, and I bet if it got on the Miles Franklin list, they might hurry up the publication of it a little bit. Okay, so that's some ideas. Actually, there's another smaller prize. I want to come back later this week and talk about the books on it. It's just kind of fun for me to look into the different books that are eligible for the Miles Franklin, and who knows, it'll be fun if some of them actually make it, and I'll say, oh, I knew about that book. Okay, let's see what I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, the thumbnail on my thing. I'm sure you all know Shawn, the book maniac, and he has voiced many times how he hates genre fiction. He doesn't like any kind of genre fiction. Well, surprise, surprise, he just put out a video of a suspense novel that he loved. Now, all of a sudden, it's gone out of my mind what the name of it is. It's one word. It's an older book by Charlotte Armstrong, and he told the story of it, and I even downloaded it on Scribd. But I decided he did announce there's a movie that was made of it in the 1950s, with Marilyn Monroe and Richard Widmark, and it's called Don't Bother to Knock. So I've rented this from Amazon for not much, and tonight on the rainy, dark night, I'm going to be watching this. So thanks for the shout out on this, Shawn. Maybe he'll like some more genre type fiction and give us some good ones. Okay, I'll be back hopefully on the porch next time. See you and happy reading. Bye.